A good night, good morning to all, and welcome to another tropical update from Cayman Hurricane Center. We've got quite a bit to get through here, folks, so we'll get right into it. We have seen our system in the northeastern Atlantic develop subtropical storm Patty, which again had strengthened up to a 65 mile per hour subtropical storm, has weakened a bit. And then what we saw, which was a little bit unexpected here, folks, Patty became for a period of time a full-fledged tropical storm. So again, here is the satellite imagery of Patty. We could see, though, that its time is coming to an end here as that convective thunderstorm activity is being pulled away from the system. We are expecting, again, continued weakening here of Patty as we go, but it is expected to be approaching the coastal regions of Portugal and Spain. So there will be some minor impacts, but again, as a weakening system. So just quickly running through the advisories here for our tropical storm Patty, and then we'll move on to our main area of discussion. So Patty, located 37.720 west, about 380 east of Azores. Winds 45, movement east at 20, pressure 993. No watches and warnings at this time. Tropical storm force winds extending 80 miles from the center. Again, it is expected to weaken and it is expected to become post-tropical in the next day or so. Rainfall 1 to 3 inches with local amounts of 5 across Portugal and Spain. So that is what we're looking at for Patty. Now, to our main thing that we're watching, especially for the Caribbean, particularly for Jamaica and the Cayman Islands, is our system developing in the Caribbean. And folks, just to get your bearings here, right? So here's the Caribbean. We had our disturbed area of weather that was just north of Puerto Rico and Hispaniola, is now getting itself merged in with the system developing in the Caribbean. So what we do have here is our area of low pressure developing here. This is our system, a potential tropical cyclone 18, on the verge of being designated as a tropical depression or even potentially to a tropical storm here fairly soon. This system will be tracking generally north to northwest over the coming days. We are expecting it to pass very close to Jamaica and then moving over the Cayman Islands. We could see this system potentially develop fairly quickly. We could even see a hurricane developing of this system. And again, there is reason that we do have a tropical storm warning for Jamaica, and we also have hurricane watches for the Cayman Islands. As of the latest advisory, folks, we are looking at the system around about 14 north, 76.9 west, about 275 miles south of Kingston, Jamaica, 465 miles southeast of Grand Cayman. Winds, again, roughly estimated at 35 miles per hour. Movement generally towards the north at slightly slower speed that we saw earlier, now at 6 miles per hour. Pressure roughly estimated at about 1,004. Again, as noted, tropical storm warning for Jamaica, hurricane watch for Cayman. Don't be surprised, again, if the system does ramp up quicker than expected, that we could even see the tropical storm warning change to a hurricane warning for Jamaica, as this system could potentially be quite quick to ramp up. We'll quickly have a look at that here in a moment. But again, This will be going through the latter portions of Monday into Tuesday, and we're looking in the latter portions of Tuesday into Wednesday, getting over the Cayman Islands and then to western Cuba and into the Gulf of Mexico. Want to note that again. Hurricane conditions possible in the Cayman Islands getting into late Tuesday into Wednesday. Tropical storm conditions again expected in Jamaica later on the second half of Monday. But again, we could even see some hurricane conditions there, especially for western side of Jamaica. But we'll be seeing again. We do note that again the eastern and northeastern side of the system will be where the most significant of impacts will be. So we'll have to watch for that for Jamaica and for the Cayman Islands as well. For rainfall impacts, again, we are expecting quite a bit of rainfall here, 3 to 6 inches with up to 9 inches that could occur over portions of Jamaica, Cuba, Cayman Islands. We could see that as we go, and that rainfall to spread northwards into Florida and adjacent waters of the eastern Gulf and southeast United States, mid to late week, getting the weekend. Storm surge wise, for the Cayman Islands of Jamaica, we are looking at some potential coastal flooding as a result as we get Monday into Tuesday and then onward. So we'll be watching that. Swells generated by the system will be impacting most of the Western Caribbean over the next few days and spreading into the Gulf of Mexico. So, folks, again, I would say that the system is on the verge of becoming designated as a tropical depression or tropical storm. We can see there are some satellite wind data that is indicating that our system is getting itself fairly well organized, and indeed we could be dealing with the system ramping up. We could see here on the closer satellite imagery here where we could really see that the core does seem to be ramping up here. We can see the inflow of wind here coming in. And again, the system does appear to be developing quite nicely here. We can see again that convective thunderstorm activity building here. And again, this is well on its way to getting itself going. Now, the environmental conditions with this system are looking pretty good. Again, this is the wind shear analysis. And one thing we could note here is that upper level anticyclonic flow is developing over our system. This will allow for lower wind shear to take place and allow for that outflow to allow for those thunderstorms to build. So wind shear looking pretty good. Yes, over the Western Caribbean shear will be good. Not a problem as it gets into the southeastern Gulf. It's when it gets into the central and northern Gulf where higher shear is located is where the issue will lie. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. In terms of the sea surface temperature and ocean E content, not an issue whatsoever for the Caribbean. And as it gets into the Gulf of Mexico, it will be tapping into some very high temperatures there, so no issues with regards to that. Ocean, the atmospheric moisture content, again, very saturated with moisture, not going to be an issue for this system. So certainly the environment is there to allow it to intensify. So we'll be watching that very closely here, folks. So again, just looking closely a little bit at the models and where we could see this potentially heading off to. Again, these are the late night modeled runs here. And again, folks, we are looking at, again, nearing Jamaica, particularly southwest Jamaica. We do note, again, strongest side of the system on the east side. And so that'll be impacting there. We have seen a bit of a shift in the guidance west. So the Cayman Islands, Grand Cayman, Little Cayman, Cayman Brac needs to be watching this closely here, folks. Again, we will have further updates later today, later on Monday, and throughout the day, Monday into Tuesday, and we'll do our best to keep the updates going. This is the update from Cayman Hurricane Center. We'll be back with more updates.